Hola, hola, hola. ¿Cómo está, señoritas y señoras? Mi nombre es Queen Il Nana.
Mi nombre es Ray Brian.
Mi nombre es King Miri.
It's the motherfucking Spanish edition of One Queen and Two Kings. PJ Cabron.
Our special guest today is El Chapo. We got El Chapo.
No, we don't want him here.
Yes, we do.
Shit, I will.
Absolutely.
If you bring it
From the jailhouse.
If you bring it
From the jailhouse, absolutely.
I'll take a truckload of money from Sinaloa.
I won't even need the money. Just
Are
point
you
me in the
serious
right
about
direction.
that? You take a truckload of money from Sinaloa? You know what that comes with?
Fuck, I don't give a damn.
Do you know what?
Do you know what that comes with? You would take a truckload of money from Sinaloa.
You know what the money comes with? The check that I get every week. It was blood, sweat, and tears of a black man that built this country for
Where
free.
you need me at.
Okay, but Sinaloa?
Yeah, just where you need me. I ain't killing nobody, but where you
yeah.
need me at. Everything else, I'm game. I'm not gay. I'm not doing no gay shit.
Sorry,
And I'm not
I
killing
can't.
nobody.
If El Chapo said he'll give me
You would have
he'll
to.
give me a truckload
That
of
whole
money
drug
to do an interview on One Queen,
not
Two
about-
Kings, I'm taking it. Y'all don't have to take shit in any of it. I'm taking it.
Okay, good. You do
I'm
it.
in.
Okay, y'all do it.
I'm in.
Well, it'll be
I'd
the
be too
king. It'll be the
scared.
King edition with El Chapo.
Hey, King
All
Edition
right.
with Chapo.
We didn't snitch. He'll tell on
Nah,
him.
not at all.
Shit.
And like,
If you're listening, Queen Il Nana wants nothing to do with this.
Chapo, hit us
you
up.
gonna benefit.
Chapo, hit us up
We're
at-
gonna buy you so many wigs. Shit's gonna be lit.
Non-wet,
Man,
greasy wigs.
you ain't gonna have to wear the same
I'm
wig
laying
for the
off the
next
wigs
5
for a while.
years.
I'm laying off the wigs for
And
a while.
I'm gonna get you some whole new set of veneers where you won't even have to wear
Yep.
the braces no more. We just gonna pull your teeth out and give you all new teeth.
I'll
don't know
do
if I
teeth.
wanna- I don't think I
And then we're
wanna-
gonna buy the tote that they stole. We're gonna replace that with totes on top of totes, nigga.
We're gonna have all kind of fucking
Y'all
African
see how my
dresses.
queens
We're
make-
gonna get all kind of dresses made out
You
of
know
mud
what?
cloth and
Y'all
African fabric.
y'all be
We're gonna
getting
have
on
goat
me, but y'all
dresses.
would take care of me.
And we
That's
saw-
what's up. I see y'all make fun of me, but y'all take care of
And
me.
listen,
For sure.
And I'm
That's
gonna
Hold
get
you
what's
down.
up.
and I'm gonna
Thank
get you
you.
flued out to Ghana.
Ooh, first
I'm gonna
Flued out?
I'm gonna get you flued out to Ghana.
private
going- I'm
jet
going
or
to
is it
Ghana
business
myself.
class?
Oh, this first class. Probably jet, probably, because me and Shannon was just talking about that, like, how we want to ride on a private jet once
You want to
in
get
our
on the
life.
PJ?
You can do that though, you know?
Yeah.
I know somebody. You can do that.
What do you mean?
Somebody who owns his own private jet company.
How much they charge?
Depends on where you're trying to go.
Yeah. They say it's pretty pricey. But you got to pay for the
Yeah, I
gas.
mean, it starts off about 10 grand.
Tell them we just want to go to Florida.
I mean, you start off
You
at
start-
you
you
act like
start
that's
about 10.
easy. Like,
Florida,
Well, it
Florida's
depends
a
on how
quick
many
flight.
people are going, right? If you
also,
have
it's
people,
10 grand no matter how many
10 grand,
people's
right? But
on
I'm
flight.
saying, yeah. But I mean, I think it probably
Well, no.
seat about 5.
Yeah, I was about to say
or so
because you got to,
people.
because
Okay.
5 to 6
depending on the
people.
size of the jet and the weight.
Yeah, the weight. So it's about 5 to 6 people. So if you want to go to Florida for a quick getaway, you get, if you have like 3 couples.
Is that the return to flight?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you get like 3 couples. Everybody comes and pitches in. You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be bad.
Get off on the PJ.
So, yeah, 3 couples, 6 people.
Yeah.
When I get out that bitch, they gonna have to play "We Ain't Going Nowhere." That's what that was my whole fucking theme music and shit when I step out that bitch.
But that'd be so
For 10
fly,
grand,
though.
some
That'd be
gonna
so
have to
I'm
fly.
going farther than Florida, though. Fuck
Oh, yeah,
that.
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
Florida.
Cali or something.
Oh, you going to Cali?
Yeah, hell, I'm
pretty
going
sure
on the other
it's
side.
It's gonna be more than 10 grand. Though,
Oh,
if
that's
you
gonna be
go
more
to
than because of fuel.
Yeah, but still, why would you fly to Florida? You can drive to Florida in 6 hours.
You can drive to Florida, but if you're trying to flex and go to maybe like, Key West or Key Largo, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to flex.
I would go to like
I ain't got-
Jamaica, right?
I'm going somewhere where weed is legal.
I got the
for
10.
one.
I got the 10 grand.
Jamaica,
I
it's
only
not
got
legal,
enough
but
for
you know,
10
if you
grand
know, you
kick
know.
in.
I don't like a Jamaica weed. That shit
shit-
gets you too high.
That shit probably trash. Is it
That
good?
shit-
Is it good weed?
Yeah, man, it's good weed, man. It's just too.
Y'all
it gets
hit when
you
you on the
too high,
beach
though.
dancing
Oh my
naked with the
God!
bonfire.
I was just on the beach sitting there, just looking.
So you a high.
high.
So
So
what you-
high.
So what you thought you saw like unicorns swimming and
now
shit?
just the ocean just looks so. I said,
looks
Shannon said I
different?
sat there for like 3 hours just looking at the
yeah,
ocean.
you was
Damn.
high.
I was
You
high.
were high.
And then I went to try to go get something to eat it off. And she said I sat in there and ordered the wrong food and shit.
And then you still ate that shit too, right?
No, I ended up going back to the room and going to sleep. And then that's the only way I came down. It was my last day there, so I figured,
Oh my
You know,
God.
This nigga got high and watched the ocean.
yeah,
He
just
was
watched
like,
it. Just
water.
like sitting there in the sand.
Where does it begin?
I wasn't even sitting in a chair. I was just sitting in the sand.
But I bet
man.
you
like,
felt
you-
good though.
You was fucked
That-
up.
I was too high.
You
That's
There's
mine.
too much shit running through my head.
was
Yeah.
on. You was on heroin. Matter of
That's
fact,
mine.
Matter of fact, you smoked that shit that Franklin Saint sell.
Oh yeah.
Crack.
That crack. The rock. That's what they call
Rock.
it. So the name. It's called the rock. They smoking the rock.
So yeah, I'm ready. I'm waiting for next season of Snowfall.
Oh man,
Geared up. They got geared up for a 5th season.
That's dope. And, especially how it, it left off, man. Teddy.
Okay, don't tell me.
Yeah. She's been watching. You can't tell her.
I'm trying to catch up, please.
Teddy McDonald, man.
Teddy's a butt.
Nah, man. Teddy
I don't fuck with Teddy neither.
Yeah, Teddy's a butt.
I mean, he's still an agent. You know what I'm saying? He still work for the government.
No, you're not an agent no more. And now, nigga.
So you feel like undercover, like he took on a drug dealer persona.
If he was doing what he was doing.
But most undercovers do, though, right? The longer you in.
Yeah, but like he was on a whole other level.
He's like a cartel leader.
Exactly. So why, I know, you was police or whatever, but like once you start to get into the underground and start, promising this and doing this to protect the drug side of it, like getting sane out of jail. You already seen all this stuff, but getting sane out of jail and all of that.
Yeah.
You no longer an officer.
And Gustavo.
Yeah, he does a lot. He done a lot of stuff that was illegal.
Killed by Gustavo.
You see what I'm saying?
But don't you think his handlers knew he was doing that shit?
Nope.
You think he operated a lot on his own?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely. That's why the handlers were so quick to get rid of him.
I don't think they're getting rid of him. The shit he's doing now, to me, that cleanup shit, I think he's going to be right back in the office. He may not be still selling. I don't think the CIA will get rid of him. I don't think he'll still be operating as a drug dealer. I think they'll just move him to do another assignment. Because he's doing he's doing cleanup to clear the government now.
If he does that, then he would no longer be in Snowfall. Right.
I mean, obviously he'll have to go there, they'll do away with his character, but obviously he's gonna still be there next season because when they left off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I say he's not going back to the CIA.
But you know what?
I think he's gonna hook up with the one dude. Well, shit.
To me,
shut up.
No, all right. So for me, I feel like even though he's not doing that no more, he's cleaning up for somebody else in the CIA. They probably say, "Hey, you got to clean up your mess." I think he's cleaning up
for himself to continue to sell drugs.
You think he want to continue to sell drugs? I think
absolutely.
We're gonna see next season. I think he just cleaning up because the big man, because George Bush was the fucking CIA goddamn director at that time. I think George.
Ronald Reagan.
The CIA director. Reagan wasn't the director. He was the president. I think George W. Bush was the CIA director at that time. I think. Yep. Because he was the CIA director at one point. No, he was before he was elected vice president. He was the CIA director before. It was after. I don't know who was the CIA director during that time. I can't remember. But Bush was before Reagan won the White House the first time in 84 or was it 82?
I don't know my presidents in the years. Fuck them. Yeah. Fuck them out. Which leads me to my first topic.
Come on, bring it on.
What about y'all's president?
What about him? You talking about his speech yesterday?
No.
What about him?
It's been 100 days.
Did you watch his State of the Union or when he addressed? Okay.
I did. What did he say?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
And what has he done?
I watched maybe 15 minutes of it.
Okay.
He's actually in Atlanta today.
Fuck him. I won't know what he's done. So y'all was buku. Biden, Kamala Harris. What?
Well, I mean, so first of all, we were rooting for the person who was going to be a better alternative than the orange slushy.
Is he?
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah! Is that even a question? Is that even a question?
So if you're gonna say he is a better alternative to Trump, you're gonna have to give us facts on what Trump did.
I will tell you this
as a president.
As far as what he's done, the only thing what I do know,
Trump built the economy. Because he's a businessman.
Shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't build shit.
He's put money in the economy. He made sure motherfuckers was getting stimmy checks. Like all of that was Trump. He was trying to build the economy back up. That's one. But go ahead. What was you going to say?
Okay. From what I know,
economy about to crash like a motherfucker from all that shit.
It is. It is. It's inevitable. So what I was gonna say is what I did hear about him was trying to get that George Floyd police reform bill, right? And
tried to. Did he sign it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Yeah, I only watched like 15 minutes of it, and I was multitasking.
So he's just selling another dream.
And then let's talk about the taxes, right? Taxing people at a higher rate for those who are making more than $400,000, which I think is
was that sign that he's necessary. It's just all talk, right?
Well, here's the thing: it's all talk because he can only do so much. There has to be.
So I'm gonna say this. So he can do it because you can push it procedurally as a president. You can push it through. What the Republican Party says that they don't want him. They're trying to stop him from being that procedural president that just pushes shit through without getting bipartisan support. But
Right.
but today they were talking, they're going to go ahead procedurally and push a lot of the initiatives that he's trying to do through and say, fuck the Republican Party. And that's what the Republican Party would do to his ass.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Right.
So he is.
Until it happens. I don't believe it until it happens.
Well, the first thing he is going through with that, pushing it through as far as the tax, like Nana was saying. Also with the student loan debt forgiveness, that was one of the things they were talking about pushing through.
I believe it when I see it.
Well,
because want me to tell you what your president has pushed through?
What?
First day in office, pushes through a transgender bill that protects transgenders from hate crimes. Secondly, he has pushed through an Asian hate crime bill. That's 2 bills. Asians have only been going through hate crime for a year since COVID.
Well, no, let's not say only. It's just been coming out in the limelight.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not
How long has it been coming out about black people?
I'm not going to say anything about the Asian hate bill, but leave that alone. Yeah.
I'm just saying though.
Yeah. But
it's been coming in the limelight for the last year, and they get a bill signed already. Where is the? Because if y'all didn't know, it's been 200 bills that went to Congress about black.
Well,
black hate,
there's already
none of them have been passed.
But no, there's already a hate crime bill already though.
What?
We do
not
that.
For blacks.
It is a hate crime bill.
No,
Mary.
where?
Look
it up. Look it up. Let's look it up.
You can look at it. There's already a hate because
for black people
for federal
or hate crime.
The killers of Ahmaud Arbery just got charged with a hate crime bill, man.
But that's not for black people.
That is. Yes,
that's just a hate crime. A hate crime's for any color.
A hate crime. So you wanted to make a specific
he
bill
did for the
hate
Asians.
Crimes?
He did for the transgenders.
Well, let's look at.
You don't think we deserve it?
Let's see what the hate crime bill is for the U.S. Let's take a look at it. What is the hate crime? The United States Department of Justice. The Shepard-Byrd Act is the first statute allowing
here it is.
The federal government to cover certain crimes committed on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, sexual orientation.
So that goes for anybody. So that goes black against white.
So it's the Department of Justice began prosecuting federal hate crimes after the enactment of the Civil Rights Act in 1968. So it was enacted after the Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act, of course,
but that's for every color, though, Brian.
Was enacted.
A hate crime is a hate crime. They didn't say what color.
Well,
they said COVID-19 Asian hate crime bill was signed by y'all's president. COVID-19 Asian hate crime bill.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get some specific on a hate crime bill.
Why not? Do you think we don't deserve it?
To me, I lump with hate crimes that have to do anything with African Americans with black under the Civil Rights Act, and that's what that bill, the hate crime bill, was enacted under the Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act was enacted for black people in order to get our civil liberties and stuff. Man, bro, you know how that shit go with black folks.
That's what I'm saying.
We're always gonna fall on the lower end of the spectrum anyway, no matter how it goes. So we can enact a hate crime bill specifically for black.
So why did the Asians need their own? A hate crime is a hate crime.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know anything about the Asian hate crime, but I hadn't followed that shit.
COVID-19 Asian hate crime. Why do they need their own if it falls up on a hate crime?
Well, I have my own personal feelings about, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to say it, because I would say, when they, the whole Asian hate, I'm gonna leave it alone because people gonna say, I'm calling it. They might say, "Well, it'll be insensitive," so I'm just gonna stop.
That's cool. That's cool. Like, I mean, protect your brand.
Yeah,
right.
But me personally,
I'm
calling it how it is.
Yeah. So
I think black people need a hate crime straight for us. And ain't no about it. Ain't no sense of like. But that's y'all's president. Throwing that out there.
I think of it, to me, as I feel like the Civil Rights Act, that hate crime under that act does protect black people. Like
it protects all people, not black.
Dr. King and in SCLC and civil rights, they push for that act. Dr. King had a quote that says, you can't make a man love you, but a piece of paper can definitely make him keep from lynching you. So that bill was kind of put in place, not to kind of protect us from not being lynched.
I bet you won't be no more.
But you know how that shit goes. It's the same thing. No. What I'm saying is, how it goes. Like every time something happens to people of color, they always want to make it about everybody on the spectrum, like, oh, all lives matter and all this other bullshit. I don't believe in that shit.
Didn't hear it when you didn't hear it about Asians. You didn't hear nothing about nobody saying all lives matter when that Asian shit happened.
Yeah.
Well, because they're not black.
But I'm just saying though,
I don't feel like the motherfuckers like black people anyway. So
they don't.
I don't.
It ain't no race that likes black people.
I don't run.
Mexicans don't. Hispanics. I'm sorry.
I was about to say.
Hispanics don't like black people. Asians don't like black people.
I have my own feeling about the Spaniards anyway. They contributed to the enslavement of black people and the transporting us in trans-American.
From Spain, right? Spaniards from Spain.
Yep.
So there's so many different facets, so we got to be very specific.
That's right. They were a part of the slave trade as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Along with some blacks. I don't get that twisted.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, because a lot of people blame Africans for selling Africans.
Absolutely.
To,
the first sellouts.
So it
was the first sellout.
It can go a lot of ways. For guns and weapons to fight wars. And lest we forget, while we're over here fighting for civil rights and hate crimes, we need to push to stop killing each other. That's number one.
For who to stop killing each other?
Black folks, black on black crime.
Well, listen, I had an argument with somebody the other day about this. Listen, I'm saying statistically, white people commit more murders yearly than black people amongst each other. So white people actually, by the stats, the FBI stats, white people commit homicide against each other at a higher rate than black people. It looks like the number is high for black people because we only make up 11% of the population.
But here's the thing. So I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about us as black people here, right? When it comes to the black on black crime, if we're looking for people to stop killing us, we need to start being united first and foremost. 2 weeks ago, a 7-year-old girl was killed in a shootout when a car drove up in broad daylight and shot at the car that her father was in, right? I mean, look, I'm not looking at white people's numbers. I'm not looking at Asian people's numbers. When we're talking about black people, we need to focus on us. I'm not comparing our numbers to anybody else. That's the problem, too. We need to focus on us.
But that's another problem. That's the only people you're focusing on, so it looks as worse. It looks as worse as it is. That's why we say, like, if you're going to focus on the crime itself. Who is at a higher rate? If white is killing whites at a higher rate than blacks, then is it really black on black? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but listen, we understand they're out here killing us, right? That we cannot deny that. We cannot deny that we don't get the same level of service when it comes to policing. A police officer would shoot you before he says anything to you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about police. Right? I'm talking about white on white crime.
White on white crime. But what I'm saying is this. I'm not focused on white on white crime. I'm focused on black crime. And I know people are going to argue about it and say it's not part of the conversation. It needs to be part of the conversation because if we account for 11% of the population, I'm not going to sit here and say I know all the numbers. We need to make sure. Because in order for somebody to respect you, you got to respect each other. We do.
When you make that comment like that, I read the, especially when I read articles and you go into the comment section, white people, that's one of the, like, you kind of backing what white people say all the time.
Absolutely.
You're backing that because anytime if something happens, like a police shooting or anything, white people always post in a comment, it never fails they always kill each other.
I never said that we should not focus on police shooting. Let's not.
No, I ain't say you're not focusing on police shooting, but I don't want to.
Completely different
that narrative that black people kill black people too.
But don't you
white
think
people say that shit all the time, yo? That's kind of like backing. Like,
no. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. No. I'm saying that. I'm making a statement. Me, Queen Elnana, I'm making a statement that says, while we're at it and fighting for this, we need to fight for unity.
So you know what I say to your statement?
What's that?
Nana?
What's that?
I guess this is a double-edged sword too. But what I say to that statement is, make it better for black people's living situations.
How do we do that? Give me an example.
How come fucking south side of Atlanta looks the way it looks and Alpharetta looks the way it looks?
Because they put money into it. They put money into this. We don't put money into our own communities. We shouldn't have to.
Who puts money into Alpharetta? It had to start from somewhere.
They pay taxes.
Taxpayers.
They pay their taxes.
So how come those same taxpayers can't fix the south side as well? I'm not understanding it. Like,
no, because you have to fix the community in which you live in. When you pay taxes within the community, that's what it's going towards, right?
So how is it across America that it just so happens that black communities, taxpayers' money don't go towards their neighborhoods?
Do you live in a black community now?
Yeah.
You live in a black community?
Yeah, this is a black community.
This area?
Absolutely.
This neighborhood. But I'm talking about as far
Stevens
as community, like your city, right? What city is this?
Snellville, I guess. Loganville, Snellville. I'm somewhere on the border.
Okay.
So I don't know which one.
I don't know which one it is either.
Well,
but I'm
Southwest
saying,
Atlanta, who's the mayor? Keisha Bottoms, Lance Bottoms. I mean, I
She's
guess
Atlanta,
She's
yeah.
Atlanta. So I guess you would probably have to look at how the money's being allocated across, the city of Atlanta.
Okay? So how the money's being allocated?
I mean, that's
The
a question that
taxes?
you need to have a conversation with the city council and
Right,
say, hey,
right.
let's see where the money's being allocated. Where are y'all putting the money at? Because we don't see the money being put back in the community.
but a lot of people-
Are you
a lot of
funding the
people don't
police?
ask.
Are you
A
funding?
lot of people don't ask.
Were the roads fucked up? I can definitely tell you
Roads are
that.
fucked
So they
up.
definitely did put
Property
some money.
values fucked up.
That's all I'm
The
saying is
notion
like,
of-
so if people, if you have to live in that every day, not by choice, but just based on what you get paid and your occupation, right? Wouldn't you be a little angry too?
Yeah, but look, nobody's arguing that. But how do we fix that? How do we continue to move forward? As people who understand and see the problem, how do we move forward?
Also, I would.
It's a community thing, I think.
And also, I would probably say you'll have to sit down and have a real conversation with the community, because if you put money into the community to fix the community and to invest in the community, the people in the community are gonna have to care enough about the community to continue to take care of it once you invest that kind of money in the community. Like the people that lives there too. Like you're not gonna come. Like you live in a nice community, so I'm pretty sure a lot of the money gets allocated around here to keep the community looking the way the community looks. If people start to come in here and tear this shit up, it's you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the people got to care about their community too. They're gonna have to change their mindset.
Absolutely.
The people that live in the Southwest, I hear what you're saying. If
true,
their
though.
lives are
I
better,
mean, that's true. That's true, but that's hard to
if you
do.
create a better life for them,
I don't think it's.
they're gonna have to keep it up, man.
I think.
Man,
I
that's
think
just hard.
listen.
You coming from generation to generation, that's going to be.
It is a mindset
Some
thing.
hood shit.
It is a
It's a
mindset
generation
thing.
of hood shit.
Because you continue
You
what
have
you're
to change the
used to.
generation of mindset.
It's a generation. That's
and
a
this
mindset
generation
thing.
Z, these motherfuckers is crazy.
They look. You're not gonna get them to do anything because that's what they're used to. You can't introduce
These
anything
motherfuckers
good to
crazy.
them, right? Because that's what they're used to. You can't find certain stores in certain areas like Targets and Whole Foods. I think we talked about that before.
Right.
What other stores?
So you don't think
Sprouts.
killing ain't something they used to? Being in gangs ain't something they be being used to?
Absolutely.
Selling drugs ain't something they being used to?
Absolutely. I'm not denying that at all. It's something, it's generational. It's something, it's community based.
We
It's
talk
something
about
that they've
snowfall. Let's
seen.
blame the government. They sure did
put it up
drugs
there.
in the neighborhood and guns on the streets.
Absolutely.
They did. But
Because Atlanta was a prominent city. Like, half of those neighborhoods were prominent black communities
they were.
back in the
And
day.
there still are though.
I
They
grew
still
up
are.
in
There
the
still
neighborhood
are.
I grew in was a prominent black community, but once drugs and shit started
Introduced,
and then the housing projects
rock.
and stuff was built, oh boy, that shit went to shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think a
bad
lot more
design.
involvement, a lot more of us pushing for things to happen and not just being comfortable with the word.
You know what? I think a lot of people in the community need to step up and become community leaders that actually live in that community, who people know in the community.
Nigga,
Man.
you talking about a nigga stepping up.
I'm talking about some of the dudes like people look up to in the neighborhood. You always say people look up to the drug dealer in the
They're not the
neighborhood.
Motherfuckers bleed too.
You said the drug dealer in the neighborhood
And
is a
them
nigga
niggas
that people
bleed
look up
too.
to. Well, if he
These
wanted,
little young niggas ain't respecting shit, man. I just
that's
sent
what
you a video of these little young niggas that ran.
oh, but it wouldn't come up. It said unavailable when I tried to watch it.
What
So
video
these
was
little
it?
young niggas, these little young cats are so.
In
Not
Florida.
all young cats. I respect some of them that respect me,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of these little young cats are so disrespectful, man.
Oh yeah, they super.
What do they
disrespectful.
They ran up in a funeral. They ops funeral, the ops gang's funeral.
And shot up the place?
No, took the casket and went out the door.
What?
Took the casket and walked out the door with the casket. Look at this.
What? Hold on.
Oh wow, a whole gang, a whole group of them just came in. Like people running out of the funeral.
What?
Like they moving the chairs and everything.
Took that man-
is this like a rival gang member?
Yep.
They ran up
Rival
in
gang,
funeral?
yep. So like, Bloods
Oh
and
wow,
Crips.
they took his casket.
Wow.
So even in death, they were like, we ain't through with him. So I wonder what did they do with the casket?
I don't know, but I know it would have been 30 dead motherfuckers in that funeral home.
They rolled in
if
deep.
they came in there and took my people's casket.
What?
Like, say if that was your son.
Wow, they rolled
You
up
sitting
in
on
there.
front row and 12, 15, 20 niggas come in here
People just don't have
and just grab your son's casket and start heading out the door.
Try to resend that to me again, man, because, yeah, it's still saying, like, last night they said it was post unavailable. Did they take it down or something?
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
Can you save it and then send it?
I don't know how to
it
say
just came
but
back again and said post unavailable. So, yeah.
You probably because you ain't following them.
Oh.
That's what it be. Like when you're not following somebody.
Oh.
I sent it to you now. You can see.
Thank you.
See if it comes up in yours, but you might have to follow them first.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, if it's a private page. Let me see.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, post unavailable. Yeah, it's a private
So that's
page.
what it is, private page. Yeah. But yeah, so they went in there and done that. These cats are so disrespectful.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I couldn't
super
even imagine me sitting there watching them carry my son's casket, unless I knew what type of son I had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about it. Parents really got to recognize and understand and just take it for what it is, what type of son you have. If you have a thief for a son, don't try to keep on defending the little motherfucker. He's a thief.
Yeah.
If you have a drug dealer for a son, he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Like,
it starts at home, but if
it
home
starts
is,
at home,
if
but
home
you
is
know,
fucked up.
yeah, once they get 18 or a little older, 16, 17, 18 or whatever, it's kind of like,
It's cyclical. It's cyclical. How do you break that cycle, right? If mom was the same way, grandma was the same way, aunties, sisters, cousins, how do you break
Yeah,
the
like Mary
cycle?
said, it's a generation thing, man. They grew up. I mean, you raising your kids like
exactly how you grew
raising.
up.
You
And
jump,
thinking- and
if you
thinking
jumped
nothing's
out the
wrong with it.
porch, your kids gonna jump out the porch.
Let me tell you
too,
something.
man.
And I was
If
telling
you was
this
a
to
whore,
somebody.
more than likely,
Yeah.
I was
You're gonna be a
telling
hoe.
somebody that the other day, we were just off subject. We were just talking about just how we grew up and how our parents raised us, and they raised us how they were raised, and their parents raised them how they were raised.
which probably by the third or fourth time it goes around, that's a slave.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. So
Like-
you don't know. You don't know what you
Exactly.
don't know.
Exactly.
So a lot of us walking around fucked up, don't even know we're fucked up
Don't even
because
know
that's all we know. So how do you know you're fucked up unless somebody looks at you and goes, "Wait, why did you do that?"
You know what I noticed though, as I got older and started to see a lot of things, see more of life and stuff, I
Yeah.
realized how fucked up I was.
Yeah.
Like last time I
Exposure.
went home, I went over to see my dad.
And it's funny because now we're gonna say because now you look at it, you judging your people because now you've changed your mindset and changed your lifestyle, and when you go home, you was like, I can't believe I fucking grew up in this around these motherfuckers.
Yeah, absolutely. I went home and sat down, me and Shannon and AJ sat down and talked to my daddy for a couple hours, and I realized how much he fucked me up. Just by listening to him, like, damn, you really think that way? Like, damn.
Wow.
Damn. So now I'm thinking like, that's how I used to think. That's how I used to be. And not even noticing.
you are your environment.
Yeah.
You are your environment.
That's why I say, in order for us to change the shootings of in order for us to change black on black crime,
Yeah.
we have to start with the environment.
Yeah. Community.
Community.
And that means
No, I agree
change,
with you.
and that means cutting off how you were raised and what you've used to,
Change your
you know, and
mindset.
change your mindset and what you used to seeing and what you used to being. When your kids are born, you got to start teaching your kids different.
You know-
and everybody else gonna have
But
to
if
teach
you
their
don't
kids
know different, how
You
if
don't
you
know
don't have
different.
access to different.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
And,
But
I
you
mean,
know
and
what?
you got to be able to have and be able to. It's almost like coaching and mentoring somebody. You got to have somebody that be able to teach
That's
you and
true.
show you different.
That's true.
and that's
And
gonna
that's
be
the
hard.
reason
And it
why
don't
I
exist in some
always-
of those communities.
It don't
And that's
exist.
why I always encourage people, if you have the ability, I know we're not all perfect. Nobody's perfect. Reach out. Join these, organizations that have outreach to
Because
kids in those.
you had a cool sister.
Yeah, yeah. And I enjoy things like that. I enjoy
How
being
was
able
her? And I don't know how to get personal. I don't know if she listens. She don't want me talking about her with me. But how was like the type of environment she grew up in? Because she seems like she was a pretty nice, well-rounded.
She
girl.
is an amazing young lady. Amazing young
She
lady.
grew up in a pretty rough.
I mean, no, she didn't. No, not at all. But I think her mom was in the Cool Sister program. So then her, when she, became of age, her mom introduced her to that program because she saw the benefits of it. And it doesn't have to be you growing up in the inner city or whatever. It just has a lot to do with you having access to women who are older, women who have professional,
And women that didn't grow up
women-
around your aunties You know what I'm saying? Just
Your
that
drunk,
little simple
women
that
stuff,
grew up
right?
around your drunk auntie.
Right, the people who didn't grow up around in your neighborhood that have seen that.
Yes, people who are in
even if
different
it's-
areas
Yep.
because it's exposure. I keep saying the exposure is so important.
Yeah,
Even
Right?
if
What-
it's just like going to pick up kids, taking them to a library, a nice
Yes.
library that they probably never seen. Like, dang,
and
like,
they have books be outside of the scope of what you're
Yeah.
used to reading it or
Yep,
seeing in the
computers
library.
now, but-
Even me as an adult, even me as somebody who I would say grew up, my parents did a pretty good job of making sure that we grew up in environments that were,
I
kind of
don't know.
stable.
Nah, they gave y'all curls.
When y'all
kinda-
first
came here.
that was,
First
yeah,
came
that was
That
yeah,
Jericho was pretty bomb.
Gang,
Screw you.
Nah,
I look like Eazy-E for
that
a
was
quick
child
minute.
abuse. I'm gonna tell you that right
No.
now.
Hey, they said
In 50 other
they
states,
set y'all up to be picked on when y'all got here, man.
Absolutely.
They didn't know any better.
right?
They
But
set y'all
anyway-
up to
in
be
50,
bullied.
in 50 states, that's child abuse.
We were like, the shit back home, and then came here. We were like, what the
In
fuck?
Ghana, because y'all could afford a box of curl activators, and some curl kits. Y'all was like,
your ass
y'all
ain't
was
welcome
rich
to
as hell
Ghana.
in Ghana.
Anyway, like I
But
was
I mean,
saying,
so like me, I feel like
listen.
I grew up in a pretty well-rounded household and shit. I was still exposed to fucked up shit. And,
Yeah.
sometimes even my parents, it was, sometimes my
But you
pops
still,
can be.
your dad was still there to make sure your ass didn't get out of line.
I still got in trouble and shit, but he did.
He tried, but like I was saying,
It could have went
I coulda
all
went
the
a
way
whole-
left.
I
it
coulda
could have
went
gone all the way left.
left,
Yeah.
right.
But see, listen, even with us, my parents, when we got here, they said, okay, this is a whole new environment. They had to introduce us. You are not in Ghana anymore.
Y'all can't run around here with your shoes off and shit in red dirt. It's concrete out here now. These
No
concrete jungle.
No killing
Your
of
ass.
goats in public.
You got to buy them from the store now.
Y'all are the goats.
You get charged
Anyway,
for
listen.
fucking animal cruelty at this bitch.
Even with us, I still try to expose myself to women or environments that are different from where I grew up in, because you can always learn, right? There's always room to learn.
I'm pretty sure you learn a lot from us.
I sure as hell have. I was not as
Yeah, I'm sure your friends be like, "What the fuck did this
exposed.
hood shit come
I did.
from?"
Somebody
out of you,
did.
Nana?
Somebody has asked me like, "How the hell did you meet these two?" I was like,
They
I have
ask my
no
wife
idea.
that all. They ask my wife that all the time. Like, he has changed you. You are definitely a hood person now.
I am.
You did
I
not
didn't
used
even know
to
what
be
a
like
Draco
that.
was. Thank you guys.
We're
Now I
trying
know
to
what a
protect
Draco
you.
was.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
I don't want you. The next
And
nigga you
anytime-
fuck might have a Draco, and I want you to know.
And also, and also the next nigga you meet may be a drug dealer. I want you to know how to bag up pounds, the ounces.
Well, thank
Y'all
you for
had 16
teaching me
ounces
that.
in a pound.
Now I
hope-
know.
Or what an eighth is. And
Now
shit.
I know.
But I hope he sells crack. Cocaine. I don't want him to sell weed. Weed's too slow. Get some
You-
cocaine. Weed's going to be legal. A lot of these drug dealers is going to be out of business. Weed sellers
are
going to be out of business.
in about
All right, I ain't
2
going to say
years.
out of business. They're going to
Well,
slow
it's
up.
gonna slow up because
It's
niggas
gonna
gonna
slow
still
up.
be
It's
selling
gonna slow up,
illegal.
but guess what? They're
Niggas
gonna
gonna
have to
still
now
sell
do
illegal
illegal.
weed because you can only buy so much at the dispensary. So niggas gonna
Not
still
even
sell
that
illegal
though, but
weed.
even the hours.
It's just gonna be cheaper.
and it's going to have to be cheaper. Plus, a lot of weed sellers are going to have to get that after hour money. You
Yeah.
know, most dispensaries might close at 7,
That's true.
8.
That's true.
Niggas might not get high
And you're
till
not gonna,
9, 10.
and niggas ain't gonna want the weed from cats off the street because they're not
You
gonna
don't
have
know what it
they're
is.
not gonna have the variety that when you go up in the
Dispensary.
let me get that Urkel, let me get that Gary Payton. You're not gonna have all that. You're gonna have cats out here selling fake weed, fake
See
Gary
what they've
Payton
done
like
to
they
me,
do
y'all?
sneakers.
I was a very innocent.
You
Young
needed
lady
this, Nana. This
was not
is making you,
exposed.
Nana. This is
Now I
making
know
you
all
alive.
these different things.
We're making you more well rounded.
And now I'm a thug.
We teaching
Not
you.
yet.
We're not yet.
You
We
got,
teach-
you got a couple of more niggas to fuck.
Yeah, we gotta
Couple
teach you.
more-
We gotta
couple
teach
more
you. We
pounds
gotta teach you
and-
some more whole shit.
And keys to sell before you become
I'm
a
not
thug.
selling any
Yeah,
keys.
we
I
gotta-
told
Oh, yeah,
y'all.
you absolutely are.
The
Yeah.
lesson
By the
stops
time we
there.
get through
I am
with you-
not selling any keys.
By the time we get through
You
with
haven't
you,
done
fam.
you haven't done enough whole shit yet.
Yep.
What?
You right.
Now, I don't know. So now I be getting busy on this.
Nah, I don't think Nana done a lot of whole shit.
You don't think she done a lot of whole shit?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't know me, BT? You don't know what I do?
You done fucked in the car outside at in the parking garage, anything?
You just,
before?
have you sucked a dick on the highway?
What?
Oh, okay.
Have you ever fucked
Shit.
in a Belts department store in the mall in the bathroom?
Have you ever shitted in the belts?
No comment. Why does
If
that
you ain't
shit?
done that,
Why
you
does that
ain't a
shit
thug,
keep
nigga.
coming up? Why does it every time? Hey, every time we forget about that shit, he bring it back. up.
It was funny, man.
Oh my God.
don't bring
if
it
y'all
up.
could see this right now.
I live in my shit, man. It's,
Own your
Literally.
truth.
Definitely, literally.
King
Knock
Mary.
on wood.
Own
Living this
your
shit.
truth.
That's all I can do.
Fuck
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Don't own that shit. Leave that shit alone. We won't talk about
I
that.
told the podcast what happened. Right?
Hell no, you didn't tell.
Okay.
Well, now that you brought it up.
You know what happened? The day you got ready, you was like, nah, I'm not going to say it. I'll just let Shannon tell y'all. And Shannon told us a story, which was fucking hilarious. Coming
Oh
from
my
Shannon.
God.
The way Shannon tells stories and the way she look when she tells stories, her accent, she be like, this
Yeah, she always
motherfucker.
exaggerates.
Yeah, the shit was
She-
like, she talking about, and I went
So
back to that
stupid.
shit was in that.
She exaggerated everything.
Oh my God.
But Mary, let me tell you something.
I don't think we
I
wanna-
just picture not the actual act, but you sitting in the car.
Man. We had
the fact that he took his t-shirt off and used the shit, yeah, that's just
I
bullshit.
think I had on 2 shirts that day. It was definitely a blessing.
Yeah, this
But
is
yeah.
wild.
But did you get everything?
The fact that you told us
I got
that
enough
shit,
to get home to get a shower, so
hey, the fact
that's
that
all
he
I
tell
cared
us,
about. Get me home as quick as possible to take a shower.
the fact that he
That's it.
tell us half the shit that he told us, because Dr. Mo asked me one day how the baby was doing. I was like, well, shit, he jacked off a holy order. The baby was blessed by God.
And look just like
and then she
him.
talking about, I'm done talking to you. Bye.
Look like a licensed version of a Mary.
I said, shit, the baby, okay, he was
Let me
blessed by
tell you
God.
something.
Daddy jacked off a holy order.
I was just upstairs. I was just upstairs with him, you know, and he was just looking at me. I was doing the Draco soldier. He make a clap.
His
He was
eyes
just
was
looking.
going big,
Eyes
yeah.
was just looking at me.
He was looking at you like
smiling.
his daddy, like you a fucking asshole. That's exactly how he was looking at you.
I can't wait till he's talking so he can be
Oh, he
saying
was
some
up there
shit.
just talking and kicking. I was like, look at you.
Oh man, he keep getting big every time.
He is.
Yeah,
He is so cute.
Yeah,
He is
thank y'all. Thank y'all.
so
Appreciate it.
adorable. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he got hoes. He definitely got hoes.
Oh, he light
Oh,
skinned dude
he's
too.
got he's
He got white
light-skinned
girls.
too,
A lot of white girls come out of him.
with that pretty fine hair.
He is pretty Ricky
Shannon-
Fontaine.
Yeah, pretty Ricky Fontaine, man.
But
I'm
Shannon
telling you.
said, if you can't use your comb, you can't bring her home.
So he can't mess with no back white bitches.
I
Why
ain't gonna
not?
call them bitches. I'm white women.
Fuck that
What?
shit.
Did
I
somebody
said-
change?
What?
You said you're not calling them bitches? You calling them
Trying to, the B word is kind of like,
That's how I feel about saying nigga. I'm trying to stop saying nigga.
I'm so proud of y'all.
the reason I don't say it about niggas because nigga has no meaning to it to me.
Shit. It
Like we took all the meaning out of it because we look 100 days in office.
because
Well,
let me tell
we
you-
took a lot of meaning out of it because black people
word nigga,
recycled
yeah.
it and used it a lot. Yeah, but
and
still,
it means nothing. Like when white people was using it, it was nigga was so disrespectful because of
It was
the
oppressive.
situations. Right, it was oppressing. But now it's more like it's not oppressing. It's like, what's up, my niggas? Like it's like really a word of endearment. Like just like when you meet
bitches
somebody.
use as a word of endearment though.
Not at all.
Women,
Not
women
at all.
use that shit as a term of endearment like a
I'm not
motherfucker.
a woman.
We do.
I'm not a
Yeah,
woman.
you're not
a
so if
woman.
you see
I'm
me, be
not a
like,
woman.
hey, bitch.
We
I'm
can't.
like,
We
what?
can't do it. We can talk to amongst each other as men and call women bitches or hoes, but women are the only ones who could use that shit as a term
Because
of
we
endearment.
sure do call
That's
y'all
just like
niggas.
nigga.
That's
we
cool.
sure
Like
do.
I said, niggas don't
I
mean
don't.
nothing
I mean, to me, that shit it don't offend me or
but
nothing
the
either.
B
But
word, that
I
means
just
a
want
lot.
to. I just
Well,
want to stop saying
I'm
it
glad.
as much.
Yeah,
That means a
let's
lot.
stop putting each other down. Let's have a kumbaya moment.
I
Hold my
ain't gonna
hand.
do all that. I'm still gonna get my. Still gonna get my shit on. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm just gonna leave it that way.
Oh God.
I'm gonna keep it 100% real.
I'm so proud of y'all. Is this something that you all picked up from me? Have I taught y'all anything?
No,
Not at
I
all.
just
What?
No,
know,
you
I-
taught me. Yeah, you taught me some things. I ain't gonna lie.
for me,
Dang.
I'm
Okay,
having
thank
a,
you, Mary.
I'm having a lot of
How
reflection.
to store my wigs and
You know what?
shit like that.
Speaking of which, I just realized I'm missing 2 wigs. So those motherfuckers not only got away.
Wiggasus.
Wiggasus is gone.
Hey, what movie is that? The Croods. Wiggasus. Hey, man.
Wiggasus is gone.
That shit is hilarious. Wiggasus is gone.
2 of my Wiggasus, man. Them
Did
things
they
for
take the Rick-
$300 a pop.
They took the Rick James.
No, the Rick James I still got. No. They took the Bob Rick James.
They took
the
Mary
Mary.
Jane. They took Mary Jane.
They took my Lord Farquaad.
Oh wow!
Talk about the Shrek.
The Shrek.
I just took the Shrek.
They
Y'all
took my
fucked
Lord
up.
Farquaad, man. Oh shit.
Y'all fucked up.
That was $300.
You paid $300 for that shit.
I did. It was machine sewn.
There's some of
Oh,
your wigs
man.
I like, Nana, but some of them I be wanting to just tell you sometime. But I don't, I know you don't have no self-esteem issue because you think you shit.
I know
But
I'm the shit. Please
I just sometimes
rephrase
the-
that.
the
Not think I know.
The wigs, I be wanting like, God damn, Nana.
Yeah, well, I'm
Not that
gonna
one.
retire them because my hair is standing out up top. When I got it done today,
Oh, you going ball?
I hope not. That's scary.
So
Hey man, that's life. What you think you ain't gonna
Mary,
go ball?
I am not trying to join your club. Okay?
Yeah, you are. That's cool.
See,
keep on
that's what I get for
thinking
making
like
fun of
that.
Mary.
Hey, do
Oh,
they
Keep on
Lord.
thinking like
do
that.
they
Where's
make-
the holy will.
Do they make Do they make Bosley for women?
They do actually.
Yeah.
I've
Do
seen
they?
a commercial. They do. I don't know what that does to your system though.
They put it in your hair.
Oh,
You have to, you don't have to, I don't think you ingest nothing. I think they put it on your hair, right?
I don't know. I don't plan.
Did your hairdresser spray some of your hair with that with the
That black shit,
black dye
Beijing?
shit today?
At Beijing,
Look like he taped you up. Your tape line look crisp over there.
baby hairs is laying down now. You know they got like glue in baby hairs now. I've seen.
I saw that with the strip.
Mm-hmm.
You got
It's
your
so
hair done.
ugly.
What you got going on this weekend? Because you don't never come over here with your hair
Shit,
done.
Instagram.
No, it's not Instagram.
Oh, you think she gonna be out taking pictures somewhere this weekend? You definitely
No.
right about
Trees.
that.
She gonna be
I'm not-
posing by trees and
She gonna be walking in parking
You're a
garages. and
hater.
shit.
Y'all are haters.
spinning.
No,
doing,
I need
hanging
to
out
get
with
my
them.
hair
I
done.
bet you if she ain't done it yet, I bet you she does the Soldier Boy challenge
Nana.
and the Young Thug ski
First of all,
challenge.
she don't
My
need to do
niece
no
did
more
it.
challenges.
The baby did it.
That's what I'm saying.
She don't need to do no more challenges because the time she had to hit that phone and shit, and she wasn't even
like-
tapping the phone. Yeah, that shit didn't work.
Why are
you
y'all
failed
such
on
haters?
that. I'm just saying.
Failed these nuts. What did Kevin Samuels tell that
Kevin
girl?
Samuels, hey, that chick, that chick said, she's about guess. He's about don't play with me.
What is that?
Guess these nuts.
Is he a preacher?
Who? Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
Okay, in the church of
In the-
cuss your ass
Child,
out.
please. He
I
is
know
not no
preachers that
damn
cuss.
preacher.
I don't know. Kevin Samuels fucking that shit was hilarious. I don't care what nobody say.
He is.
I don't care what
Respect.
nobody say. That shit was funny.
Huh?
He
You see, he don't respect you. What you say now?
he don't.
He don't respect you? You called in?
No, not me. Women. Period.
I ain't gonna say he don't respect him. He just calls it how it is, man. Y'all just gotta take it across the chin.
I mean, yeah, everything he say, everything that he says, I don't think, it's not true. It's just his delivery. It's kind of fucked up, but that's how you talk. He should tell you the real. So yeah, that's how that shit go. Kevin. So I look at a little Kevin Samuels every once in a while, man. Now I used to watch a lot. I don't watch shit as much.
you have to
as I
excuse
used
me real quick. I have to take this call.
Okay, I don't watch as much as I used to. But
Yeah.
So Nana, what you looking at? What you looking up over there?
I had posted a picture of Kevin Samuels.
Oh, you just posted something? Oh,
It's
was
on
that
my
the picture
story.
of him on the with the Kappa? Is there a Kappa?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, you want him to be an Omega?
No, definitely not. I mean, he could be whatever you want to be. I'm not hating. And
With his Merce, with his Louis Merce and his earrings and nose ring, and people are hollering. Like, I'm getting all these reactions from people.
I would just say I'm not surprised to get Kappa. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just waiting for him, and I am not anti-gay. I'm just waiting for him to come out because honestly, there's a difference. And I agree with some of the things he says, but there's, like you said, his delivery is so harsh. And when he talks, he generalizes. Women. I'm like, but the women that you choose to speak to don't speak for all of us. That's like me getting on a show and saying all niggas, all men, y'all men. And then no, it ain't. I don't.
But women do that shit to men all the time too. It's like y'all men. Y'all put all
And I
men.
correct that.
Y'all put all men in a box too.
I correct that because I don't like that. If I have to put all men in a box, then it means my daddy, my brothers, my uncles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's an individual, but Kevin puts all these women on this platform and they come out there and it's like the lady who talking about some, how old are you? Guess. Why would you get on his show and say that when you know?
And Kevin disconnected that motherfucking call and told her don't play with me.
Guess, don't play with me. Guess these nuts.
Guess these nuts. Kevin told her guess these nuts.
And he does it with such a straight face.
Man, that shit. As he sucked down that Red Bull.
Oh my
Kevin,
god!
like, he was
I'm
kinda
in
fucked up that day.
tears. Yeah, I think I think he smokes a little something.
I think he was fucking drunk as hell. It was more than just fucking Red Bull in that can. I'll tell you that.
You think so?
Oh man, he looked drunk as shit.
Rum and Red Bull.
Hey, I posted that
I'm
shit.
drinking
Everybody laughed.
rum.
I had so many people look at that shit. That was funny.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, "You are a fool." You talking about some guesties?
Because it was hilarious. Guess these nuts.
He said, "Don't play with me." Guesties.
Don't
It's
play
just the
with me.
fact that he just casually just
Listen,
hung up on her and just.
Guess these nuts.
He said, "Don't play with me." Guesties. I don't know why I think it's so funny.
Yeah, that shit was fucking.
I don't know why.
That shit was hilarious
Oh my gosh.
to me.
So funny. So funny. But, I agree with some of the things he says. I really do. Because sometimes the truth needs to be said. However, I want to see him praising women. Like, we can't all be that bad. We cannot all be that bad.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But it's a lot that, I don't know. Maybe, he goes live all the time. And so I don't know how he picks the women he has the conversation with. I think they're all there probably like in a waiting room waiting to have a conversation with him. But how he picks, I don't know how he does that. And, the women.
Do you think he does it for views though? Do you think he?
No, to me, honestly, he's a lot of things that he says he be right. I think some of their expectations and some of the stuff that they say is like, but sometimes I think you need to have people tell you that shit. Even if you don't have family or you have a close friend or a therapist or a mentor or a life coach or anything, it's not going to tell you some of the things. Like you saying you want a man that's 6-figure earner who does this, who does that. And then I'm sitting there looking at you like,
yeah.
Boo, you might be shooting for the stars there. I'm not saying that you can't. Everybody should shoot for the stars.
Right.
But.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, like I said, there always has to be that good and bad, right? It can't always be that bad. And all women, you know me, I don't speak, those women and I are not alike. You can't honestly sit there and say that I'm anywhere close to any of those women that call into his show that you've heard. So it's like you have to have a balance. Have an educated woman out there talking. You know what I'm saying? We're not all man haters.
I think he does talk to a lot of educated women. I watched one. He talked to this lady. She is military. She was in the military. She's in the military. She's pretty high ranked. Pretty astute lady. He was talking to her, but her conversation that she came at him with was totally wrong. Like just basically saying women don't need men. This and the third, women can do X, Y, Z. And he made a bunch of incredible, great points. Just like, just saying like her job, the job that she's in, if something happens to her, it wouldn't get done, this and the third. He was like, well, ma'am, that's not true. It's like, in your job. So you basically telling me that if something happens to you today, that your job as supply or whatever you do, it'll stop and nobody in the military won't be supplied and they won't do that in the third. She's like, no, I'm not saying that. He's like, but so what are you saying? She was like, well, without me, it wouldn't, and she was kind of stupid. Like, it's just like anything else. It's the next man up. Like if something happened to you, then the shit's gonna get done. Like the military didn't just enlist you to do this fucking job. And if something happens, you die or you retire, like the fucking job stop. And he was just basically saying like, without men, if it was a country full of women, do you think you would have been able to build communities or build a railroad or do all, the different things that, the amenities and all the things that you haven't, that we have here in society to be able to do? So you think you'd be able to, how many women actually went out and plowed and, filled the land and grew food? Like he was like, so you basically sitting here telling me that we don't need men at all. We never needed men. Like, what are you saying? She sounded crazy as shit during that whole conversation. Even women was commenting like, she sounds stupid.
Yeah. I think when it comes to the whole women don't need men and men don't need women, everybody needs to get up their high horse. There's no way we can sit here and say we don't need each other.
Right. Exactly.
There's no way we can sit here and say we don't need each other. Now,
because we need y'all to keep this earth populated. We need y'all for that.
Oh my God.
For that cat.
So disgusting. Amongst other things. Okay.
We need y'all to procreate. Because men can't have kids with men. And women can have babies without men. So
this is true.
We need those reproductive organs for both. So we definitely need
Of course. And there are other things too, right? I think we need each other. But the problem comes into play when we feel as if we don't fit into each other's lives well. A lot of women haven't had the luxury of just relaxing and having a man take care of them. Yeah. Because the whole notion around, oh man, I ain't gonna take care of her, man. She a gold digger. Like she's able-bodied and she can work. And why the hell do I need to be the one working and bringing home the bacon? But it's like, you want to assume a role of importance in someone's life, but if she's already doing all these things without you, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people fail to realize. We're not trying to hurt any egos. It's not, you on your independent women bullshit. A lot of women have no choice. They got to do it on their own. So of course you're going to wear that badge on your chest because you feel like, well, I've been doing it on my own. What are you bringing to the table? If someone came to your house, right? And they came and they just ate up all your groceries, all your food. They didn't contribute anything. They just literally bled you dry and didn't bring any value. Just came empty-handed.
But I mean, that happens both ways, though.
It does happen both ways.
Because
women
women can enter your life and come into your life and don't bring any value too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That
It
shit
goes both
happens
ways.
all the time.
It does.
And so
It does.
to me, I mean, there's a lot of men out here who are independently living as well.
Yeah, but that's
feel
also
like
we
I
need to
don't
get
need
rid
a
of that
woman.
whole notion. We need to get rid of that whole. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. Like men will say, oh, I don't need a woman. I can cook for myself. I can do my own. Well, let's stop looking at that whole traditional role of what a woman brings to you, right? Besides giving you babies, cooking your meals, doing your laundry. You can do that by yourself. What is that person who happens to be a woman bringing to you? What value are they bringing to you? From an emotional, supportive, all of that stuff. You got to look at that. We got to stop looking at the roles of the traditional roles are gone. It's 2021.
We talked about that like seasons ago, like the first season. Like to me, honestly, I personally don't feel like should be a dereliction of fucking roles in the house.
Right.
Like everybody, and we got in a whole big argument. I remember about that as far as like, you know, who does the dishes or who wash fucking clothes or who does this or who does that. And I think that should have shared responsibilities in the household.
Yeah. It is. It absolutely is. When it comes to those roles.
This ain't 1930s.
It's not. It's 2021. We got a woman VP. I don't think she goes home and cooks dinner for Doug. It goes both ways.
They got staff.
David, Douglas, whatever
staff.
his name is. They have staff, but I'm saying, right?
So
she was a professional before.
A woman cooking. Oh, she probably was ordering takeout. Kamala was getting.
I think Kamala can cook.
Kamala was getting DoorDash.
I think she can cook.
She'll DoorDash Applebee's problems for Doug. IHOP.
I mean, and you know, we can do that, but still, we need to get rid of those gender roles. That stuff is so, and the expectation that a man's got to pay for everything and a woman. Let's get rid of all that. Get rid of all that. Let's stop. Let's stop. I don't expect you to do nothing but be honest, truthful, and bring something to the table besides dick. Excuse my French, and money.
Yeah, women stop trying to bring pussy and bubble gum and into the
There you go. Bring more. Bring value.
That's I was talking to a friend the other day, and it was so funny. We were talking about dating sites. This is hilarious, the conversation, because she's on the dating site. She was just telling me just her experience so far on the dating site, and just even like it's funny. So just like just for example, just talking about since we're talking about men and women, like women who on their profiles and stuff, they're so crazy. Their bios, they're saying that they're looking for men stop. We don't want disgusting pictures or I don't want to do this, that, and the third. Their bios are so crazy. It's a fairy tale to me. It's some bullshit. But your pictures, if you're looking at, like she was showing me like some of the pictures, like some of the women post, and I'm like, niggas objectifying the shit out you because of your pictures. Like, look at the pictures you chose. It's some bullshit. But now you mad because you getting dick pics?
I agree with you on that.
Or niggas asking you, can they come over on the first time they hit you up?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
We're just talking about dating and women and roles.
I heard dick pics and shit. What's going on?
Well, we was talking about. I was just talking to a couple friends the other day. They were on dating sites, and I was just saying they both
your friends. Buddy.
They were talking about the experience, the male and also the female experience on the dating site. Man, this shit is fucking hilarious. I need to try to get both of them on the show and just talk about these motherfuckers who use dating sites and shit. And just,
but dating sites.
But there's nothing wrong with the dating site.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It depends on how you're using it.
Yeah, but this is just like.
You better off just using Facebook.
Well, Facebook has, and this is Facebook's
meeting or dating or whatever it's called. Yeah, they have that.
But coming from hearing single people speak, it's fucked up outside too. So it ain't like just on the dating sites. Like
it is fucked up.
If it's fucked up outside, you think it ain't gonna be fucked up on the dating site?
It is, but I think you gotta take your options, right? Especially in this time when there's COVID and nobody's really going outside. Where are you gonna meet somebody? At Publix? Whole Foods?
Yeah, you can definitely meet somebody.
You got
have a picnic.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
romantic.
Yeah,
Women
but you got to meet them
picnics.
first. You got to meet them first. And I think when it comes to dating sites, you have a bigger pool. You have better options. Instead of just waiting for somebody to come, you have 30, 40 men who will hit you up, and you got to figure out who you want to proceed with.
It could be 30 or 40 lies too. That's why I don't.
It could be anything. But see, here's the thing. You are married and have been for what, 10 years?
Yeah. 11.
You know what I'm saying? It's that you have to diversify your options. It all depends on how you how you sell yourself and what you're looking for, and how, you like Brian said, you're out here looking for a husband, but you got pictures of your titties.
Well,
up.
I was just looking at a lot of his bio. I ain't gonna put my homeboy out there. His bio and looking at some of the women's bios and shit. And I'm like, yeah, this shit. Yeah, all these women. I say the half of the shit y'all talking about is fucking. It's stupid. Like,
what are they talking about?
Well, just for some reason, even all right. So, one prime example. How are you going to get to know somebody if you have to continue to keep messaging them on the app? So one of the things, a lot of the women, they'll put in bold caps and shit like, no, I don't want to exchange numbers. Let me get to know you on here and this, that, and the third. I was like, but then they'll put too at the same time, if you think you're going to text me to death, then, that's not going to happen. I need somebody that's going to be able to hold a conversation. Well, bitch, you don't want to give out your number.
Did he just?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And you don't want to give out your number. So how are you going to communicate? But you don't want to text.
Double homicide.
But you don't want to text. But you talking about you're not going to text me to death.
Ooh.
So the shit makes no sense. Why are you here? Like, why are you on there?
Swipe or X, whatever the hell you do. Swipe.
But that's a common theme with most of the women on that thing.
No,
they all say that crap. No. It's crazy.
You know what I think it is? No. I think women who's be on them sites. This is my observation.
They looking for Instagram followers because most of them are like, I'm not hardly on here. You can follow me hit me up on my Instagram or my Snapchat.
It's not always.
Now, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm saying people who are on those sites, as fucked up as this may sound, need to lower their standards and work with the pool that they you want a dating site. You know what I'm saying? So like the pool is gonna be the pool. It is what it is. Either you like it or you don't. But don't get on a dating site expecting to find such a person with high, you out say, like we say, your list. So you get on a dating site expecting to find that one person that checks every box on your 10 number list.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna happen.
Well, you have to get to know them first. So you're gonna have to have a conversation with them. You're gonna need to meet up with them. If you're putting all these rules in place,
but here's the thing.
In the beginning, it's like, how are you gonna get to know them?
That's all I'm saying. Lower your standards.
You got to set some basic ground rules. What, quote unquote, I'm putting air quotes on it because I don't want to use the word rules, but I don't know what else to use. If you don't like someone to text you to death, mention it, right? But at the same token, you can't say that I don't want to give you my phone number because I want to get to know you on here, but yet still, I don't want you to text me to death. Well, how are you getting to know somebody unless you are messaging on the app or you're talking on the phone?
Yes, and that jump was
That's an
confusing
oxymoron.
Me. And that was one of the things that he said is like, it's difficult. And I think it's a lot
Ladies
easier for women. It's a lot easier for women on there and not hard. Because, if you don't want to give 30, if you got 30, 40 dudes sitting in your inbox, you don't want to get, you just need to start vetting the men out.
Yeah.
And I don't think some women I don't think know how conversations start or how to start a conversation with like, hey, how you doing? Like one I saw was like, hey, how you doing? Or blah, blah, blah. I need you to be able to capture my interest when you having conversation. I'm like, but it's conversation starters though. What are you talking about?
Let me just say this.
Like I looked at him, I was like, bro,
it's really,
I don't know. This ain't for me. I wouldn't do
this. We complicate this so much. As human beings, we complicate getting to know people. We complicate falling in love. We complicate relationships. We complicate things so much because we get in our own way. We do. Love is not supposed to be this difficult. It's not. Love isn't difficult at all. We complicate it because we put these unachievable expectations on other human beings and expect them to be a certain way. We do.
Yeah.
We absolutely do. If you know who you are and you're comfortable with who you are and you are accepting of your faults, your opportunities, whatever, there's no reason why you can come up to somebody and lay all these unrealistic expectations on another human being trying to survive this whole world and expect it to be successful. I'm sorry.
That's all I'm saying. Lower your standards.
And don't even have standards. So listen, I got rid of my list a long time ago because it's stupid.
It is.
In the famous words of your wife, it's stupid.
Yeah. In the famous words, Shannon, it's stupid. Your Crocs are stupid.
It's stupid, right? It's stupid. Look, a wise man told me, and by the way, on Saturday, I've been invited to do this podcast. Oh, it's not a podcast. It's like a show.
So you leaving?
So you leaving us?
I'm not leaving.
Oh, so you want to do some other podcasts now?
I know you ain't talking because you did a whole podcast before. Okay?
He did.
Thank you.
I ain't done that. I'm not I'm loyal.
You are loyal.
I'm not disloyal to this.
You are loyal. You are very loyal, and I appreciate you. But
so
hey,
your podcast on Saturday.
It's with Kuluku, Angela's my cousin Kuluku Diggs. He was on the show.
Okay.
Right? He has a show, and he's picking it back up. So we're going to talk about what men and women want. And one of the things that he and I had a pre-convo. He said, women, y'all have this list. He goes, man, we don't have a list. He goes, we ain't got no damn list.
We will
don't.
fuck anything.
No, it's not even about that.
You know what our
woman?
list is? If the pussy's good or bad.
Oh my God.
Or how that
If
body,
she got
how
good
that body
pussy,
look.
a nigga will talk to her. I don't give a fuck. I mean, the body sort of what, but a nigga, if a nigga fuck an ugly girl and her pussy was good,
Oh my God.
a nigga be willing to date her. So you know what I'm saying? For a while anyway.
Yeah.
And that's just our standard. Like, if the pussy's good or bad. Like, it ain't no how she looks, because the niggas fuck with some ugly girls. And first thing a
I've
nigga
seen
say, if this is how it goes. If a
You're like,
nigga
you
see
with her? Ooh.
right, if a nigga see another nigga that he's a nice looking guy, but with a real ugly girl,
Yeah.
first thing a nigga thinks, she must got some good pussy.
She got some
Or
drugs.
I'm gonna tell you the opposite to that is that body banging. Boy, she got a bang. She ugly as hell, but that body banging in the motherfucker.
Yeah. Y'all are visual. Very
yeah, so
visual.
we ain't got no standards.
You don't have
at
no
all.
list.
Nah.
So women, stop putting all this list together.
No, I ain't
honey.
saying stop putting the list.
No,
I'm not,
the list is stupid
It's-
because guess what? The list stops you from meeting people.
Well, let's not
Right?
call it a list. Just says just call it something else. Like
Okay.
you don't necessarily
You can
have to
have criteria.
a visible fucking list, but
It's a
at least,
criteria,
like,
right?
you don't want anybody. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no.
You don't want to lower your standard to you want anybody. But I think
Be
your
open.
expectations is fucking
Be
stupid.
open.
It's ridiculous.
And, okay,
fuck.
you're
You're not
absolutely
gonna
right.
be a good dude. Like, he a good dude,
But how-
like most women, you're not gonna give him a chance because your fucking list is
But
stupid.
here's the thing: a lot of times we throw these words out here. I want somebody who's good. Define good. What's good to you?
I want
was
somebody.
that?
I want somebody creative.
I don't know. Right.
I want
Or
somebody
what-
who got his own job. I
I'm
got my
looking for a
own
wife.
car.
I'm looking
my own
for a
money.
husband.
I don't
What does
need
that look like to
yours.
you?
Like, girl, stop lying.
I got mine, so I know what it looks like for me.
No, but I'm saying though, everybody's definition is open to interpretation,
Absolutely.
right? And so the more you think about it, we're all looking for this thing, but nobody sat down and thought about what that looks like to you, because what a husband looks like to me could be completely different from what a husband looked like to somebody else. Somebody might just want somebody to just stay home. Someone who's going to let them stay home so they can just do whatever they do and bring home the bacon. Somebody might want a real life partner. Like, we complicate things. We do.
Some women, I say they want long term. They said, they got a lot going on, so they want somebody that's motivated and somebody they can build with and stuff. I'm cool with that type of shit. Like
Yes,
that.
and be specific about that. Don't be out here. Oh, I know him.
Who?
Adam.
Yeah.
I know him.
Do you?
Yeah, we used to work together.
Yeah,
Squirrel. I completely squirrel. Adam Dean.
Yep.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, that's
She
what
just-
we did yesterday.
She just completely
Oh,
stopped
I
in
just saw
mid-
him. I was like, wait a minute, I know him.
Yeah, Adam.
She stopped
Adam,
mid-
he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a
mid
beast.
sentence.
I know I did stop mid-sentence. But yeah, anyway, so me and my girlfriends
Just to
talk
wrap
about
up.
this all the time. And we just talk about, I'm no relationship expert, but we have to be realistic when it comes to what we're looking for. I'm not saying date just anybody, but when you have this high expectation, you're not gonna meet that. You're not gonna meet somebody who meets all of this.
Well, you know what? I'm
meet you
planning
somebody who has a good heart, a good human being. That's what I say.
I'm planning
A
on
good
getting 2
human being.
ladies on the show. Hopefully soon we can book and have them on the show, and we can have 2 other ladies' perspectives who actually have a podcast as well.
That'd be great.
And we're gonna bring
I'm
them
tired
on.
of fighting y'all by
We'll talk about some
myself.
whole shit on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But-
you ain't even fighting us no more. You joined to our side.
You're right. You turn. You
Oh,
came
wait a
to the
minute.
dark
Turn-
side.
Or did y'all
You
come
had
to
a
my
list,
side?
and about a year ago, you had a list.
You definitely.
I had
we
a
was fighting you.
criteria.
We was fighting you, nail,
I had a
and
criteria.
now that list is gone. You just like,
I don't
fuck
know.
it,
You
I'm
try to
just
tell
out
me
here.
I had a list. All I say, but damn, all I need is a bitch to be clean. Excuse me, like, all I need is a young lady to be clean and be financially responsible.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I asked for.
Yeah, but I mean, and then you got it. And then here's the thing: when you see it and you get it, you have to be ready to receive it. It's okay for you if that person can be right here. Unless you're ready for it, it's not gonna happen. And it happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people. They could be right there, and you're not ready for it. And guess what happens? You fumble the bag. That's another thing y'all hood people taught me.
Fumble the bag.
Fumble the bag.
Run it, cuz. I learned that the other day. Run it, then,
Fumble
cuz.
the bag. I did.
Y'all too old for this shit. Y'all definitely too
Fumble
old.
the bag. Is it
Run it,
too young?
cuz.
Yeah, both of them is young people's.
All right, let's find.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but
Hold up.
He don't like. Hey, you know what? He don't like us. He don't like to hear us do or say any shit that's young as hell or do any type of challenge.
Daddy's about to get mad at us.
because you did that.
You.
Then the TikTok channel, he be like, "Man, y'all done aged out for that shit."
y'all have. Think about it though.
Hey, hold up.
Like you out here looking
He be
for
chastising the
Mary,
shit
you out
out
here
of
looking
us.
for a man, and you out here looking for a woman, and
Mary,
y'all on fucking TikTok
guess what?
doing challenges.
Mary.
I've never done
Mary.
a TikTok challenge,
Yeah,
brother.
I've seen you. You
Hell no, I have
go.
not done
You
a
did the
TikTok
crop challenge.
Hey, fuck you. hey, I'm gonna use my word now. Fuck you, nigga.
Listen, guess what? Draco.
I know you're gonna do it. I already know you're gonna do it.
Hold on, how I go louder?
If you ain't already done it, it might
Draco.
be. It might be.
Soldier. You make it clap, clap, clap. She make it clap, clap,
What
clap.
fucking
She make
challenge
it
is
clap.
that?
The Soldier Boy.
You ain't seen the.
I ain't
Draco?
seen that shit.
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
that's
in
what
the-
Harley was dancing to last night.
Yeah.
The video I
Oh, that's
sent
what
you.
how the band was doing?
Yeah.
None of the niece is so hood already. And
You better
she ain't
leave my
1
baby
years old.
alone.
Yo,
better leave my baby
y'all
alone.
teaching her some real hood. She can't even walk, but she stands up to dance.
Generational curses.
And so when
Like I
Nana
say.
sent me the video, I said, ratchet. Y'all
I'm saying.
why y'all raising her to be a little hood rat? And Nana said, I don't do that. I'll call my niece. I'm like, yo, Nana,
Don't be
listen.
calling my niece
Like,
no rat.
it was like 2 different songs. I saw that shit
Oh man,
too.
that shit is so funny.
It was 2
That's not
songs.
funny.
She stopped
She said,
mid crawl to
oh.
stand up. Oh my god! Is that a TikTok video?
The sound
That
she
ain't
makes
funny,
when
man.
she paused.
What did she say? Ooh.
She said, "Oh."
Yeah, I'm wrong. Because if it was y'all's mom, y'all be like, oh my
shit.
God.
Man, my mom, I'm gonna tell my mama, you need to stop walking. Get you a hover round. Nana ain't shit.
She ain't shit.
Nah, they
You know
ain't
what's
shit.
going to happen,
I'm
right?
sorry, God. I'm already
Her
gonna
ass
fall
gonna
because I've been
fall.
laughing at
Her ass
Mary.
gonna fall going home.
I ain't got
Nah,
no
her
damn
ass is
hair
gonna
up
fall
top
doing
because
the
of damn
challenge.
Mary.
Yeah. Her ass
Damn
gonna
you.
fall.
Look, whatever you done to me, listen, I already done did to you.
Hey, next thing you know, she gonna be shitting at the department store next.
Who done that, Brian?
Nana.
Who done that?
Not talking about
That's
you.
fucked up, Brian.
I ain't know
You just gonna put my business out there like that?
talking about you.
Okay, I'll put it out there. I don't give a fuck.
Ain't nobody talking about
So here
we-
goes the story.
Oh,
No,
my
no,
God.
don't tell the story.
Nah,
No,
I'm
no.
telling the
Oh,
story.
I can't.
No,
You done
please.
already told the damn story,
No, we were
Brian.
just talking about shit
Oh
earlier.
my
No,
You
no,
said
no,
you gonna be
no.
shitting
You
in the-
just no earlier.
So who was you talking about, Brian?
I wasn't talking about you.
You said who you gonna be shitting in the department store too. Who was two, nigga?
Me.
House. You shitting in the department store? Okay.
I mean, I did.
Okay, whatever.
he
I
will
did
stop
go. I did
anywhere.
go shit. I did
He
go.
will do it
No, so I'm gonna tell y'all. So the other week I was out, and I had to take a shit real bad.
Oh my God.
So I went to the mall, to Macy's.
They
I
got pretty
pulled into the
clean
mall,
They got clean bathroom.
and that's why I went at Macy's, and
They
I
got
took a
clean
nice ass shit at Macy's.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I had the shit, and I'm telling you, yo, I rolled past. I thought about that shit real long and hard. I was like, damn.
But you had to
I
go.
rolled past Chick-fil-A first. I was like, damn, shit, I want. But the cars.
But they're not
But I know
open.
you can't. They're not letting people in,
Yeah.
and the cars are backed up in the parking lot. I said, damn, it's not. I ain't gonna have nowhere to park. So I just fucking went to the mall.
Yeah.
I went
went
to
to
Columbia
Macy's.
Mall and went to
Macy's is a clean place.
Macy's,
Yeah,
if
I
you
feel-
walked
and I-
into
and I
a
went-
pile of shit
And I went and hollered at my mom while I was there.
in the men's
she was
bathroom
working.
about 3 weeks ago, it is King Brian, King BGSE on
It flush.
Instagram.
And I used the handicap stall at there because I need a room. The
Absolutely.
handicap stall got its own sink in that bitch and
Yep.
everything.
Every time I
Oh
go,
my
I
God.
use
And then you
handicap.
blew it up. Can you imagine?
fuck?
You, and you was in there.
Absolutely.
The only
scrolling
thing
on
I hated though,
Instagram,
the
too.
toilet paper is terrible.
Of course, it's
I
one
keep
ply.
wipes in
It's
the car.
industrial.
Do you keep wipes?
In the car. Yeah.
Mary,
I need
For
to.
that
Fuck off.
reason, because we always travel back and forth to Kentucky. So,
you didn't have them that day?
nah.
So
I
do you
didn't.
have the you?
I didn't.
So
I wish I did.
how often do you have the shit when you go to Kentucky? Like when you ride?
Depends on what I
If
eat.
you eat,
Yeah, it depends on
so
what I
I stop
eat.
eating when I get
I
on.
can't
I stop
stand y'all.
eating when I get on the road to South Carolina, or I eat.
Gotta be real careful.
Or I eat when I get close.
Yep, you gotta be real
Because
careful.
on the highway is boy, you limited in the bathrooms and shit. And I'm kind of nervous at night to shit at the rest area. Cause I don't want to get sex.
I never stopped at
I don't
rest
want to. I
areas,
do.
shit.
I stop at rest areas, but I don't want to get human sex trafficked at night in the rest area.
You need to stop. You are a whole big dude. Who's going human sex
Shit,
trafficking?
you never know. A motherfucker hit you with a taser or cattle prod or something coming up out that thing.
You are your
might-
imagination is
It might
so,
be a woman to do it.
That's right. Next thing you know, I'm on some goddamn farm chained up.
Because he would
having to have
hold on. He would fall if it's a woman who's below 4'11". You know he has
Nana,
a
Nana, the
fantasy.
hell with you, Nana.
A fantasy. If it's a midget,
And he be like,
it's gonna be a group of midgets to abduct Brian.
carrying him like look.
they carrying him to the car like the dwarfs on the cartoon. What's the cartoon with the princess and they carrying her and shit?
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Carrying Brian to the back
Hey,
of the
I'll
the
be tired
brothel
of.
we
Hey,
go.
I will be tired of. Who y'all